Hey, welcome. Welcome to the Philly Fox and Danny D Eagles podcast, Phillies edition. Coming to you from our Eagles perch in the Ed Bobco Memorial Studios in beautiful Morristown, PA. Take it away, Philly.
We'll start with Wheeler, the bad news, like 15-day disabled list with a blood clot.
Yeah, not good news, not good news. But, it's good and bad news, right? At least it's not something physical, like
Muscular
degeneration or something like that, which is what maybe we thought, because he wasn't quite up to Wheeler's standards all the time. This is something that can be an easy fix and can go away. But of course it can be serious, so we don't want to minimize it. We don't want to minimize having a blood clot, right?
Because like you said, you could dissolve it easier. It could be more complicated than that.
Yeah, and the recovery time from it
varies.
Yeah, and should be, I would think, shorter than a muscular injury, though, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, anyhow, bad news, but we...
At least they caught it because it could be life-threatening, too.
Right, exactly. So, best wishes to him and his family for a speedy recovery.
Yes, and then we'll injure, Duran, he was hurt on Friday night. We didn't know if he was going to be out long-term or what because he took a ball off the ankle.
Yeah. And initially he acted like it was going to be could be something that could be season-ending or long-term or whatever. But the comment that was made by a lot of the ex-players, commentators, kind of said that we're in a nice way trying to say that, yeah, it was a hard hit, but it was more of a shock. And it's something that pitchers aren't used to. They're not used to getting hit, like a batter is. A batter gets hit like that, and he just shakes it off and goes right back to at bat, right?
Because I was scared because they brought the card out and stuff,
Oh, yeah. He was afraid to put weight on it, and he wouldn't move. And then eventually, he's got one arm on on each guy. And, yeah, it looked a lot worse and what it could be. But, yeah, it was nice to see that he was back. Absolutely.
He came back today and got the save. So.
Yeah, he did. He bailed us out. He bailed us out.
Oh, yes. Then, Nola, he got roughed up, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was nice to see Nola back. It was like a really great day, right? Nola and Bohm coming back on the same day, and Nola getting the start.
The first two innings he cruised,
Yeah.
And after that, the wheels came off. So.
Oh man, that's a shame. That's a shame. He looked like Nola, and then unfortunately he looked like Nola. But he looked like Nola in inning 5 or 6. But it was a lot earlier. But it's early. It's just his first one back. We hope we get more from him, get better from him.
Yes, and we got to talk about Bohm, the 3-run bomb today.
Yeah, that is so cool. Like I said, we were so happy that we're getting both of these guys back today, right? And then he goes out and what does he do? He hits a home run. A Bohmer homer. We love that, right?
Yes, because he didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was doing well with the Pigs, and he's brought it right up to the bigs with him.
Because then we'll go to Bryce, he had multiple RBIs and homers, him and Schwarber, because we'll make them combine.
Yeah, we can talk about both of them at the same time, right?
They're kind of carrying the offense at times.
Yeah, he's starting to, Harper's looking more like MV3, and of course Schwarber's been looking like MVP,
yes.
Right? So, and I think it's the best, if not the one. It's at least one of the best 1-2 punches in the league right now. The way they're batting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even Castellanos, he had a home run today and broke out of the slump that he was in.
Yeah, absolutely. Every now and then Nick's going to do this, but then again he breaks out, and when he breaks out in style with a home run. I like it.
Well, yes, and then Bader, he had a relatively good game, with an RBI fly out and stuff, but he was out on a good throw, but at the same time he slightly hesitated, we were discussing.
Yeah, when you're running the bases, you never, once you turn and you're committed to home, you don't need to be looking where the throw is. You don't need to be looking out in the outfield. You should be just focused on home plate. Now, that doesn't slow you down much, but it can slow you down a little, and he wasn't out by much. It was a close call. Now, that all being said, I don't have a problem with the play. I don't have a problem with him going. I like aggressiveness on the base path. If if it's a situation where it's going to take a perfect throw.
Because Dylan Cruz threw a good ball.
Yeah, he made a good throw, and he threw it to the right spot, and was able to get the tag on him and stuff. So it took a great throw. If it takes a great throw, I think you go for it, because you're not going to get a great throw every time.
Because not everybody's like Mike Trout or Bryce Harper from the because
sure
they were known for like throwing guys out,
yeah,
like in their prime,
Yeah.
Well, Harper's kind of still in his prime, but I'm saying like Mike Trout like in his prime, like
yeah,
like
and there's been many through the years. There's certain guys you don't run on, okay, but everybody else, I like aggressiveness. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like emotion and I like aggressiveness on the base path.
Well, yes, and then even Weston Wilson, like he's been getting RBIs and.
Yeah, good for him, right? And you were a little tough on him.
Well, yeah, because I said like, why didn't they send him down over Rojas and all that,
Yeah, right. Yeah, and initially, I don't know. I didn't have the same reaction, but I've been a little disappointed in him lately. It's like up until recently, because he wasn't really producing that well. But give Rob credit for sticking with him, and give Weston Wilson for credit for taking advantage of the situation and contributing to the team, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that leaves us down to our last segment, right? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, my God. Bomer, he comes back. He has a Bomer homer. And then what happens? He gets plunked right in the knee. Man, the dude went down, and he definitely had something to say to the pitcher. And the pitcher was kind of like hanging his head and turning and walking away. But that's crazy, man. Come on, lay off the guy. He just came back. I mean, they did the same thing to Harper. What is it? Guys come back from injury, and we got to hit them all the time?
Even though that was the second hit batter of the day, that pitcher, because I heard in the broadcast, we hit someone else earlier in the game. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that one wasn't enough. Then he had to hit another one. Yeah, no wonder he was hanging his head.
Well, that's why the Nationals record is, because they have a lot of pitchers that hit batting though.
Yeah, and I don't know if people noticed, but man, in the stadium, every time the Phillies hit a home run or did something good, like the place went nuts. There wasn't a lot of fans there, but it seemed like the majority of the fans that were there were Phillies fans.
Well, the Nationals don't have like a big fan base now because they're like a newer baseball team,
Yeah,
they were the Expos for years.
Yeah, and when they're doing terrible, they're not going to come out and support. And Washington isn't very far away, so it's a short drive for people.
Well, that's what I mean, like the Commanders, whatever you want to call them, like they didn't have a lot of fans over there. That's why you see a lot of Eagle fans.
Tickets were cheap and stuff, and it was probably a nice way. I'd never thought of something like that. That's probably an easy way a cheap and easy way to see the Phillies play a game and not have to deal with Citizens Bank Park, because it's usually sold out and more expensive.
Washington's more like a hockey town. They're more for the Capitals and stuff. That's where their fans go.
Yeah. I was always surprised, to be honest with you, that a baseball team went back there, because they had one before years ago, the Washington Senators, and it really didn't do too well. And I forget where they went. I don't know if they're the ones that ended up in the Mariners, but they ended up going somewhere. Anyway. So, all right, we'll wrap it up. And remember, if you don't hate us,
like us.
Yeah, and then follow us on YouTube so you don't miss an episode. And then look for John's recaps on Twitter. And I'll do some too at Dan DiEduardo 1. And so, 1, 2, 3. Let's go Phillies!
9